welcome to the Parkour map project. What you're looking at right here are the faces of this map. Before it was just me. However, it's turned into a little bit of a, shall we say, collaborative effort, because my good friend Mr. Bajigify here has actually made this map a whole lot better with his input, let's say. I've got a lot to show you guys. A lot. And there's a reason I'm on really short render distance. The first thing you'll probably notice is, well, fucking blew it. Custom trees. Alex's idea. This is the first one Alex implemented. It's fucking beautiful. I have replicated it around the map. Second one, sleeping bags. Yes, minor changes. We've got signs here because we're in different time zones. You see, he lives in Texas. So we've got this kind of, thing going on. Actually, I'm going to blur that because those signs are indeed spoilers, and we've already read them and fixed up what we're going to do. But yeah, welcome back to the Parkour map project. The reason I haven't done any videos lately, same reason as always, uni work, been busy, haven't felt like it, with all the shit that goes on, but I'm ready to get back into it because we've been working on this map for the last, I don't know, fucking 3-4 days straight. We wake up, we work on this, we get as much done as possible. We've got our list ready, we're doing all these checklists and everything that we need, without further ado, let's actually get into the new changes. Let me turn up the render distance. We'll put it on normal because it does like to lag. This is a multiplayer server right now that I'm on. I don't actually have this save file. So we'll let everything load in very slowly, thanks to it being multiplayer. And I'll get around to the changes one by one, shall we? This video might be a little longer than normal if I can't get it all in, but the montage at the beginning couldn't fit it all in, so I have a lot to show you. Right. So like I said, we've got custom trees. This isn't the first change that has happened, sorry. We were testing around with some things like, for example, mob heads representing actual items. So we got like mini bookcases and radios and stuff. We got some chests here full of all these different ones. So I don't know much about this. This is kind of an Alex input kind of thing to the map. But for example, I think you can replicate that if you place that down. Yeah, that's a question mark box, So you've got all these different skins that these people have on the internet, and then, you can place it in your own map, and it'll show up in vanilla, apparently. So I don't know a lot about Bucket or World Edit, but that's what we've been using recently, and it's a fucking godsend. I've been managing to, replace most of the stone bricks in the map with cracked and mossy stone, so it looks fucking beautiful mine. This right here is the spooky armor set that is going to be the endgame stuff. It's actually got a nice bonus built into it, but I'm not going to say what it is yet. I changed a few things. I'm not sure if I ever showed the reward for completing the military training camp for the time challenge. A frightening foresight. Basically, the spooky armor set, rather, is going to be a reward for every time challenge in the map. So there's going to be 4 or 5 timed challenges. I have placed most of the armor set. This is not the final model for spooky. I think I just accidentally hovered over it. But Annex, Quake, Pulse, and Shock have mostly been placed, I think, except Annex. So I've placed 3 armor sets within the map. There's a lot more collectibles, and there's even a story to go with this map now. Even a story. Where do I start though? Let's start let's do the overworld first and see the changes that have actually been made. So right off the bat, we've got this new dock area, which we both worked on. We've made this a whole lot better. The original lighthouse, which was the first thing I built, the first significant thing I've built, was changed. So we've painted it, different blocks and that sort of thing. We still kept the original shape, but Alex built this on top, kind of a very bajiggery kind of tower. Originally it had kind of like a pointy roof, but it looked like a wizard's tower, I said, and I wouldn't let that thing kind of go. I was like, why does it look like a wizard's tower? A wizard doesn't fucking live there. It's a fucking lighthouse, mate. What are you doing? So accidentally showed a chest. Not gonna see what's in it. But yeah, I think it looks very lighthousey. It's not too top heavy, and we were working out sizes, dimensions, if it's gonna look like shit or not. And yeah, that sort of thing. So that's going good. We've got this kind of like a mini boat dispenser now on the dock instead of the trees that were just here before. So we've decorated it with vines and everything. We got custom trees left, right, and center. The texture pack, let me just say before I get into this map, working on this texture pack has been a like just so much fun. We've had so much fun with like fiddling around with different textures. We got barrels to go along with the original crates that we had, and I changed the texture for cauldrons to be open crates, so now you can put like water in it. I don't know if this is a bug or not with the water, but it's just straight that color. I'm not sure if I need another texture for that or something. But yeah, barrels and crates can make anything look so much better. Like, look at this, like just everything. You got the side turned barrels, and I made that texture from scratch with the original plank texture that I made, and custom lighting. I'm gonna make a kind of like a text file with this map download when it's ready, how to install this texture pack, because it's got custom colors, right? So the lighting that everything gives off is kind of bluey in tint. The aim of this map originally was to make it as cold and grimdark as possible, right? So at night time, you're gonna be scared. Let's just set time to say 14,000. That's nighttime. So as you can see, it's kind of it's like the default in Minecraft, but there is no yellow, you know? The lights give off a blue tint everywhere. So where it's light, it's still going to be very, very cold. So I want the player to kind of feel that coldness in Minecraft. I know it's hard to do because it's, you know, you can't get that immersed in Minecraft, you know? But as long as you can make believe, it's all good. We got a mini dock down here, which is going to have a chest. I believe this is the chest, filled with boats. So if the player may choose, they may jump off here, get in a boat, and then see what's around in the water somewhere, you know? But yes, this lighthouse was definitely, you know, amped up in terms of to match the rest of the style of the map. I felt that because it was the first thing that I built, it didn't really live up to the expectations of everything else. So when the player looked at it, they kind of didn't know that it was a lighthouse, but definitely, it's improved. It looks like a lighthouse now. And the green fog makes this look so fucking spooky. It's awesome. Basically, we've just been spamming crates, barrels, and cobwebs and vines everywhere, and it looks beautiful. We've got storages left, right, and center, and we're coming up with the story at the moment, but I'll get to the story, I think, last. So we've got all these different areas, and I started building this little walkway here. I haven't actually prettied it up or anything, but it connects around here at the back. And this was the original. You'll remember this from episode 1, I think. This is the same place. It's got the same shape as it did before, but it's just been made more. It's been given more character, you know. It's a fucking rundown, abandoned ghost town, basically. And this is kind of like a loading area. Haven't really finished this part up. I've added some vines, but I think there's a bit too many on this tree. But yeah, you can run around, you can find what's in these different houses, you know. You've got the idea that I need to explore these places. And you know, I built these, I think today. You walk in, you've got these, once again, crates, barrels, everything is stored in these crates and barrels. So you've got these, you know, little carpets. I've changed the wool colours and everything. You know, just these little details in these houses that make it look, it gives it a characteristic, you know. You know, people using crates for sinks and that sort of thing. And the roofs are mostly deteriorated or grown over. We've got these little chimneys in some of the houses. It's really coming along. Like, I built these houses today, like I said. Most of them are just kind of like walkways through to another area, so you can come out the back here, that kind of thing. It's a lot of detail work doing this with Alex. Fucking voice crack for days. It's a lot of... It's because it's fucking 1:45 in the morning, and I haven't had much sleep today, so... excuse my dry voice, children. I may have some testy pops here and there. But yes, so we've kind of been decorating left, right, and center. Got some... Alex did this room. Let's just say that. This still connects down here, I believe. Yes, nothing really changed in that corridor. We got this little walkway here that goes into a house that Alex built. We're not sure if this is going to be like an important house at all yet. And this was supposed to be like a clothesline kind of thing with paintings on it, because we don't have any clothes, mate. But yeah, so these are the docks with the two cranes with different crates and shit on it. And you know, the player can actually climb up these things if they so desired. I have to get through this as quick as possible because there is a lot in here. Mini glowstone, you know, you got some items and references to other maps, and I've even added some custom items in this game that reference other games that I've played, or you know, other popular games that other people might pick up on. As far as textures, I've tinted everything that needed to be green. So I've tinted wood to be more green, I've tinted logs to be more green, and excuse that noise in the background, that's just plumbing, and I guess someone's taking a fat shit or something and it's requiring like 6 different flushes. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of things have been tinted green and it looks a lot better. Lighthouse, houses, all character. On to the next thing. I might have to cut here for a second, I think I actually have to check on something. Let me see. No, it should be good. But yes, dual towers. Not much has changed from the original design, because the original design that I had for these towers was fine, and it was actually pretty fucking good. Like, I mean, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I did a pretty fucking good job. Also, look at this. This is the new nether brick texture, and I changed it from the original red to like a faded green type of thing, and it looks amazing. I tried it first go, and it matches every single texture in the texture pack. Amazing. But yes, once again, some crates out the front. Now, we didn't really know what to do with these towers because they were really small compared to a lot of other areas in the map as far as parkour goes. So we decided to block off the entrance here and then have kind of like another way in. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, and I can't really test a lot of jumps because of my Australian internet and my lag. See, like that. Sometimes I'll stop running in midair or that kind of thing. But yeah, you can come in here and then you've got sort of like, you know, you can drop down in different planks, and and we've had a bit of fun with adding in custom items, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's coming along really, really well. I don't want to show too much of this place off, and I'm currently in moody lighting, so the player will have all the time in the world to explore this, and we've pretty much foolproofed most of it. I think that's going to be like the final step. Make sure that the player can't get stuck anywhere, because we have found some instances where you know, the player can get stuck and they can't get out. And I'm not going to show any more of the dual towers, but that's basically what it is. We've added this little balcony here for a reason that will remain disclosed. You shouldn't be able to see it in 720p. You might, but I'm not going to say it or give it away, or keep looking at it, in fact. I've painted Paragon to be, rather than just stone brick cracked and mossy, just to add some texture to it, just to change. You know, I did that by going Diamond Spade. I can't type it out now, but it's something along the lines of brush sphere, and then you can go blah, 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 and then you can write in the codes for the blocks, and then actually like paint it so you don't have to replace all the blocks manually. It's fucking amazing. I changed this to kind of be like half brick, half nether brick, half regular brick, and half. What the fuck is this block? Bedrock, yeah. Half bedrock and half brick. So it's kind of like a thing. I don't know. That's mossy cobblestone texture. I think I've painted all of Paragon. I can't be sure, but it looks awesome. We added these other tiers to the towers, so now it looks kind of like it's got different segments. It looks fucking awesome. We haven't worked much on Paragon, but we will in due time, obviously. We haven't added much in this vicinity, but Alex built this, I think, yesterday or while I was sleeping last night. This is the bandit camp, and this will tie in with the rest of the lore, which is the story in the map itself. And doing the story has been a lot of fun. Like, we fucking had some shits and giggles making this story, mate. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so I've scattered around the armor. The leather armor will be on the surface in different chests. The iron armor will be in the caverns, which is another thing we worked on. I think that's it for the overworld changes. I don't think there's anything else that we've done. And these animals, man, they keep spawning in the weirdest places. Like, they keep spawning on 1 block high areas, or they keep getting there and then they can't get down and then they're stuck there forever. It's getting really annoying. I would change the entire area to a desert biome so that they can't spawn, but I think that kind of defeats the purpose of having this coloured grass and everything. I could use mycelium, again, that's another idea, but like I said, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose of having the colour of the grass, and I don't really want to change the texture for mycelium. Anyway, for the sake of this video, I'm going to turn up the brightness to bright rather than moody, even though I want the player to play in moody, because this is what it's going to look like. The problem is on YouTube, because YouTube is a white background website, you're not going to be able to see a lot if I do it like this, you know? You're not going to see it because your eyes can't adjust to such a small space. If you had this in 720p and full screen, you would have a lot better time actually seeing it, but I know not everyone's computers are, or internet are that fast to do that. So for the sake of this video, for what's the term, PR, public relations, I will allow this to be in bright. Anyway, you come through here and we decorated the fuck out of this. We dug it out originally with, I think I only had the first room maybe last episode. I'm not even sure if I showed the first room last episode or if I had it done. But we've done this entire cave system. You know, we used random brushes. We've carefully placed each parkour jump. We've got these supports around the place. We've got a storage room. We're taking a page from Vex right here with the missing letters kind of been worn away. I'm not going to open that chest, but I will say that it unlocks the next area, which is through here. Let me just choose that. Oh, and I changed the texture for half slab stone, so that it actually kind of goes flush with regular stone now. So that's good. Lava. Yes, the player can die in this map. If you fall into this lava, you get no sympathy from me. None. It is a 1-block jump. If you cannot make that, uninstall Minecraft, mate. But yeah, this is another room that goes on, and it kind of, just to give you a quick fly through, like I said, I'm not going to show everything. You've got some diamonds over there. We've changed the textures to be everything matching. You know, safety ladder, so we got a checkpoint. And that will unlock access to this ladder right here, so if you were to fall at any time, you can just swim back over here, jump, jump, jump. We're not going to give the player just a quick kind of checkpoint, you know, we don't want them to just kind of climb up a ladder. We can't, you know, work for the checkpoint again, you know, man. Just jump across. It's not that hard. But anyway, you come through here and introducing the first character of the map, Clank. Clank is based off the dwarf from our good old game RuneScape. For those of you that have ever played it, you might remember Clank, who lives in the underground pass. He was a dwarf that lived in a really big spooky cavern, and he kind of, I can't remember if he lived by himself or what, but anyway, Clank is the first character, and he's got his own little workshop right here, and he's going to have a lore, a journal, right, that the player can read, and it will tell them a little bit about, you know, what he's been doing over the time that it's been here. And I'm not going to read it because it kind of sucks that I need to be all secretive, but it would just give away too much. And Alex did this, and it was bloody beautiful. You know, he's got like a magic cavern behind here, and this is his sleeping quarters. And Clank is not the smartest dwarf that ever lived. Let's say that. He's got a few screws loose. He's got a few kangaroos loose in the top paddock, as it were. But, oh man, it's getting towards 2 AM and I'm fucking hungry as shit. What was that noise? It's a minecart. Right, I thought it was a ladder. So we got, you know, cobwebs everywhere to decorate the place, mushrooms, that sort of thing. What the fuck is this? This is new to me. I guess Alex did this. I'll allow it. I like it. It's kind of cool. Add some variety and dynamic to the map. Now there is a chest through here, but I'm not going to say how to get there. You know, you've got these visible chests here and there that some of them might be a little more difficult to get to than others. Can I actually jump across here? Wait. Is this possible? Am I tripping balls? No, that's a too high walkway, man. I could probably find a way to get in there if I tried hard enough. But yeah, so anyway, you've got all these little puddles and stuff. I'm not going to go there, that's a spoiler. And basically, yeah, you've just got these different options that the player can take. They can go different, you know, different routes, that kind of thing. The player is free to do as they please. Now, this right here, this blinking light that emanates around this little lever right here, this will be the texture for Paragon opening. There will be, I think, I don't know how many, but more than 5 at least, of these little blocks with a lever on them. And when you flick them, you gain access to Paragon Castle. All of them. So, yeah. I've textured birchwood to be like cracked regular plank wood, so it's kind of, it adds more texture to it. But yeah, so that's where the caverns come out. That was just a quick run through. That's where the iron armor is placed. And I think that's it for the caverns, apart from all the secrets and stuff that's inside. I don't want to give too much away because obviously it's going to ruin the map for people that want to play it. But believe me, there is a lot of content that I have not shown you so far. You know, hiding under the surface, there's always going to be stuff missing. And now we get on to probably my favourite part, the sewers. Still not done. This is probably the only part left that we still have quite a bit of work to do on. The rest of the stuff has been pretty much completed. And I can't really navigate through here, through the tunnels, because I get lost way too easily, and I built the fucking thing. So, here we go. Oh, Alex took it upon himself to replace most of the stone down here with diamonds and emeralds, so, you know, I wasn't really opposed to that, but I've had an idea recently, which I think he might like. I haven't told him about it yet, but probably by the time this video's up, he'll probably know what it is. Probably tell him. He'll probably be on later tonight or something. Anyway, let me just, brightness is on. See how dark it is with bright setting on. You can barely see a thing. So let me just get a night vision potion so you guys can see. Boom! Google homepage, motherfuckers. Look how bright that is. So this is the hub, right? You've pretty much been familiar with this since I built the sewers. And we've got these different rooms, right? This is the room that took a whole day to build. Usually we build multiple things in a day, we'll get a lot done. Look at this beautiful little love heart. Look at that. Isn't that just the most precious thing you've ever seen? That's a little retarded, but you know, that's alright. So yeah, that's the colour of the light that I have in the parkour map, and it's fucking beautiful. And right here, it makes it work. This is the flooded complex. This is the room that the player will hopefully have some kind of claustrophobic, there's a word for it, where it's kind of like a fear of, it's kind of like being enclosed and drowning at the same time. It's fucking mortifying. Let me turn off my night vision potion with a bucket of semen. Delicious. Let me turn the brightness down to moody just for this, so you can probably barely see anything. So if you look over the edge, it's pretty much pitch black except for down at the bottom where there's a little bit of light. Let me turn brightness back up. It's going to be a lot for this video, but you know, if you're going to play in moody, which I highly recommend because you get the real feel, you get the real feel of the map. I was going to say the full feel, and I'm like, feel, full, figgity, schwiggity schware. So you know, you got all these different tunnels through here, and each door will give you a breath of fresh air, you know, so you don't have to worry about, give me that back. You don't have to worry about drowning. It's relatively safe. As long as you don't be a dickhead and fucking stand under the water too long, you should be fine. There's different lamps and glowstone things to light the way. So you got all these different rooms, and you got break-ins, and there's different levels to the complex. I don't actually know which way I'm going, and I've kind of lost myself. Hopefully the people watching this video that are going to play the map don't, like, you know, copy which way I go or anything, but I'm just kind of doing this for visual sake, you know, just take in the visuals, take in the aesthetic pride that Alex and I have bestowed upon you with our semi-flooded rooms and all that sort of thing. Man, those taps are fucking annoying in my house. I'm so sorry, guys. Just ignore it. Hopefully I'll try and talk over it, but yeah, so through here we've got kind of like a little farm room, a hydroponic farm room. And we've started using beacons for lighting, which are actually pretty damn good. So we've got, like, you know, quick access point. We got shortcuts left, right, and center. We got references to different games, maybe somewhere in this room. Maybe you may have just seen it. I don't know. And you know, we've got frozen hallways like this, and it's just it's the perfect feeling. You know, when I first started this map, I wanted it to be cold. I wanted it to be scary. I wanted it to be, you know, dark and you know, oh fuck, I'm not going to make it out of this place, that kind of thing. And that's exactly what this complex gives you. It's so confined, but at the same time, there's like so much to do in it. And you know, just, you guys are probably so lost right now, but it's good that I show you this. So, you know, there's all these different ways to get there, and you know, there's all these different segments to these rooms. So the player will have all sorts of fun trying to you know, find their way through this area. Now this was fun to make, this little redstone torch. It's a slow blinking one, and it's creepy as fuck. Like, if you see this from a distance, like, it's very Tomb Raider-y. I don't know why it reminds me of Tomb Raider, but it just does. I have no idea why. So anyway, yeah, this is pretty much it for the flooded complex. Let me just go through here, keep my camera down. Just in case, let's see, how do I get through here? Yep, over here, lever. Yep, let me out of this fucking place. And there you go. So back to the main room, and there you go. Now, if you do not want to do the flooded complex and continue exploring the sewer, you can jump over if you please. Not a big deal. Give the player the option. Don't force them to do shit. That's what I've learned making this map, you know? Also, we've got some foreshadowing here. If a player chooses to abuse ender pearls in this map, a few have been given out here and there. If a player chooses to throw ender pearls to do shortcuts such as these, joke's on them. They're going to miss out on a lot of stuff if they do that. They're going to miss out on hidden stuff. They're going to miss out on all sorts of different shit. And some of these areas aren't possible to backtrack in. So, yeah, it's probably better to do it chronologically. But, you know, if you want to cheat with the ender pearls, man, you have the option. Like I said, give the player the option. Don't, the way I see it, don't punish them for doing what you would like to do, kind of thing. Don't, give them the freedom to do whatever the fuck they want. If they want to see, like, the way I want this sewer eventually is I don't want the player to see this outside box that the sewer tunnels are in. I want them to feel like this is deep underground and they're in amongst, like, walls and walls of thick dirt and stone. But, it's because you've seen this room where all the tunnels are, you don't really get that feel anymore. And I'm thinking of having maybe a window. This was the idea I was going to tell Alex about when he gets back anyway, but fuck it, I'll just say it here. I was thinking about having a window and then having kind of like sculpting like a big cavern outside, maybe, with some I don't know, logs or some shit. But yeah, this is in terms of the sewer. This is a room that Alex made by himself, I think a couple months ago, and I implemented it into here because he didn't have much else to do, because the Malevolent server was down, which is back up, which I still have to make a video for, by the way. Season 3 starts very soon. Yeah, he built this when he wasn't really doing much else in Minecraft, so he went, fuck it, show me your tunnel dimensions and I'll just make a room for you. So he made that room full with redstone and everything, and he did the same thing again, I think the next day. He built this fucking room. So, he works hard to get it done, and I appreciate his efforts endlessly. He's a fucking top-notch cunt, he is. And it's got a time challenge built in. So, definitely worth playing. I don't know how it's going to play on multiplayer, because I play this is, like I said, on a multiplayer server, and it runs pretty slowly for me, but then again, I am in Australia, and I am just going off Alex's internet, which is in Texas, so it's not like we have the best connection. I mean, it's fine. It's not like I lag out or anything. It's perfectly fine, but, hopefully if you do this in multiplayer, you might do it on a dedicated server. I'm just saying that might be more suggested to do the time challenges. The time challenges aren't necessary, but they are pretty fun to do, and they do give you the best rewards in the game. I may have just spoiled it, but I may have not. Anyway, on to the next thing, which I believe is, Paragon. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Oh, I don't think I mentioned in the sewers, the Quake armor set is going to be in there, which is, so we've got the Pulse armor set, which is leather. These will all be eventually retextured. Pulse goes on the overworld. They'll be in different chests in the overworld. Shock is in the caverns. Quake is in the sewers in different areas. So the way I see it, the sewers are kind of like medium to hard difficulty, which it definitely is, I think. It's a big area. And Annex, which I haven't placed in the map yet, will be in this beautiful motherfucker. It will be in the beautiful, amazing, towering Paragon Castle. And I haven't done much work on it. It's probably about 10% done. Just most of the external aesthetic work has been completed for Paragon. We've been starting to, I think the next job that we have to do is kind of fill up these hexagonal towers down here, and then we can actually start on the jumps themselves and prettying up the place a little bit. The outside wall has been done since, I don't know if I showed that last video, but oh man, it's 2:05 and I'm getting hungrier by the second. Fuck, I gotta eat something. Don't think I had dinner. Anyway, we figured that this little city that we built, the first collaborative thing that we did, we figured that maybe some rugs on the roof would help to break up the monotony of the area. We liked the monotony originally, but we figured that maybe the player wouldn't see these areas as roofs, and maybe they wouldn't know how to get around the place, which was I guess, a part of the fun. But at the same time, you know, we don't want the player to be stressed. We don't want the player to be like, oh fuck, where the hell do I go? You know, that kind of thing. But yeah, so that's the city part, which we still haven't done. We still got a little bit to do here. We've got to fix this part up. Add some stuff in the back here. This is still incomplete. We just basically like to do a lot of tangent work. You know, stuff that gets our mind off the more bleh stuff of the map, you know. Once we fix up the bleh stuff to be perfect, the whole map will be ready for release. And you know what? I think this map is going to be done by 2014, guys. I've worked on this map for, I think, a year and a half now. And I think, with all the work that we've done over the last couple of days, I think it's going to be ready for 2014. I don't want to make any promises, but we're hammering through this thing. If we can get Paragon done really quickly, that's going to be awesome. And I don't think I mentioned before, I just realized, we changed the boat. We lowered it into the water, so it looks like it actually floats now. And Alex redid the sail, using a few images on Google for inspiration. And I kind of rounded out the back here a little bit better. And we made it an odd number boat. Before it was an even number, which, oh God, what was I thinking? And it just looked like shit. And we've even got a, you can't really see it, but a little anchor down here stuck in the sand. Yeah, you can't really see that at all. I think I'll go to the surface for that. No, you still can't see it, but there's an anchor. There's an anchor there. And we've got like these different supports that Alex built that kind of go straight to the floor. So that's kind of cool. It was kind of nice to add some depth to that rather than just have like a floating dock kind of thing. And I think that's it for the dock area. I'm pretty sure. I did go through that, yes. I think the last thing to do would be tell you about the story of the map. Well, that's actually the last thing I have to do. I think there's one more thing that I need to show you before I do that, and that's the entrance to Paragon. Paragon Castle. This is going to be kind of like the keys. So you've got the objectives, the military training camp, Trayborn's Lighthouse, Spooky Towers, Clank's Caverns, Arxon, which is going to be the name of this entire place. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. We've decided that this whole world kind of thing is going to be called Arxon, which is based off, well, in my opinion, this is how we kind of came about the name. Alex came up with the A part of the name, but I'm basically referencing Ratchet & Clank number 1. And there was a planet, I'll provide some pictures of it, if I can find any good ones, of this gaseous, green, poisonous planet called Auxon, which was where, I think, I haven't played it in years, in a long time, but I think the Blarg, it became like overpopulated there, so then they deserted that land and went to a different world. That's basically the same idea. This whole place is gaseous, it's abandoned, it's kind of like a warehouse. If a warehouse was a planet kind of thing, and it's kind of spooky and abandoned, that sort of feel, you know, and everything feels cold and there's no warmth anywhere, except for your little campfire, which you have awoken up in, I guess, at some point. You haven't woken up in the campfire, that would be fucking counterintuitive, wouldn't it? But yeah, Auxon. So then we've just changed the name slightly to Arxon, because we figured, hey, it sounds kind of fucking cool, doesn't it? You know, we got Paragon and everything like that. But anyway, back to here. Clank's Caverns, Arxon City area, and Arxon Sewers. So we've got the 6 different things. We don't know if we're going to change that or add more or whatever. And these lights will blink on whenever you hit those little levers with the bleeping green light. And there's actually a green light in the floor here, which is a 3x3 piston door, which is open at the moment. And then we'll have the Paragon jumps and everything like that. Look at that, that's fucking spooky. But yeah, the reason the pink wool is here is the pink wool is actually symbolic of some items in the game. I will actually provide a list in the description. I'm just thinking if this is a good idea or not, because it might spoil the map. No, I won't actually. I won't. It will spoil the map. We've got this idea. I'm getting to the story in a second, guys. Don't worry. Getting to the idea that this right here. Let me see if I do. This block. Now, either this, I think, maybe. This here is going to possibly be 3x4. Yes, 12 blocks. A map of the entire area. And the player collects map pieces throughout the area, throughout the world, and they place them here on item frames, and then at the end of it they'll have a giant completed map. The map pieces are going to be a little bit difficult to find. They're going to be in little chests here and there, and the player has to explore every nook and cranny to find these map pieces. So that's another goal added to the map right there that the player can do. Another thing, let me refer to my parkour map progress notepad that I have on the side here. Let me just go here. Let me move my window a little out the way. There we go. We've got the mob heads, which are in the game, which are going to be very difficult to get to, but easy to see, kind of thing. We've got skeleton head, zombie head, and wither head currently placed. I still have to add the creeper head and the Steve head. We might add more, we don't know. Maybe, you know, the Maddox head and the Bajigga head, maybe, somewhere in the map. That'd be kind of cool. We've got map piece locations, which I just mentioned will be in the map. Currently there are pink wool in chests here and there to tell us like to place in the map pieces later on, because we can't do that in 1.62. We're currently in 1.62 for this server because Bucket doesn't run with 1.7, so there are a lot of updates for this map that we're going to do, like custom flowers and everything like that, once 1.7 comes out. There's a lot of bonus items which are which give different effects, or they will be found in different chests, a lot like map pieces, and they will be kind of references to other games, which I think I've mentioned, and some of them give bonuses. They're like extra hearts or maybe extra speed or something like that. You know, weapons or a bit of bread or a reference or an egg or something like that. All these different things that, you know, coincide with different games. I think that's pretty much everything except for the story. I've been through the textures that I changed and the armor that I've placed and the overall progress. Yeah, the progress is looking good. We've got a little bit of the sewer to do. We've got to fix up the city area, and then we've got Paragon Castle to do, and then we're done. And then we're done, guys. Oh, there it is, another fucking voice crack. I'm sorry. It's getting later and later. I gotta finish this fucking video. Story time. The best part of the map. Best part of the map. Story time. Alright. Remember Clank? Remember our good friend Clank? Clank has a journal. He's got a journal. He's not the most literate bastard in the world, but he's got a journal nonetheless. Basically, Clank has his cave, right, that he's been exploring because he's a dwarf, you know. He misses his mum. He's been down there for a long time. And then a bunch of bandits, a bunch of no-good outlaw bandits, set up camp, and they begin their own mining expedition. These are a bunch of signs to kind of throw ideas back and forth towards each other. So Alex left these signs for me. So some sort of military warlike room here, perhaps. You guys think that would be a good idea if we had kind of like a map here? You know, kind of like something that the bandits can look at. You know, we haven't really fleshed this place out a little bit. The leader sleeps in here kind of thing, you know, this little offshoot. And then secret tunnels and shit. So yeah, we've got like the bandits' tunnels and everything. I guess I can show this because it's, you know, not that you know, secretive. And this is kind of cool, like the puddle with the water dripping above it. I did that, but I based that off an idea I got from Alex with the crate with the water in it, and he put water above it, and players aren't gonna notice this shit, but it's just the coolest thing ever. Like, it's just so interesting. But yeah, this is meant to be like a little mine shaft kind of thing. And kind of give some foreshadowing to the place, you know, so you can come through here and explore if you want. So anyway, the bandits basically came into Clank's cave, and Clank ran away in fear. Clank was like, hell no, motherfucker, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So Clank left. Also, you would think, Clank has actually, I don't want to give too much away, but Clank didn't make it too far before the bandits caught up to him. And they may or may not have turned his spleen inside out, which is a bit unfortunate, but our good buddy Clank left behind his journal, so we can read all about it. There's going to be bandit notes that we can read as well. Give the players something to do, you know, give these places character, give the player a reason to do these jumps. Otherwise, this map is so soulless like it's meant to look. You know, it's meant to look spooky and terrifying and soulless, but if you add the lore books, it gives a reason to be like that, and it actually makes it cool. And, the other two books of the story developing that we're having a kind of Greyzag, which is another RuneScape-based character that we're paying homage to. He's going to be the one that lives here, or lived here, and Trayborn was, because Alex's lighthouse originally looked like a wizard tower, Trayborn the Wizard, another RuneScape reference, will be the guy that disappeared from the lighthouse. So that's why you have the mission to turn the lighthouse back on. Treyborn's gone missing, and there's going to be notes between Treyborn and Greyzag that are kind of like, you know, bickering back and forth, you know, that kind of thing. And we thought that'd be really kind of fun to play with, that kind of idea. But apart from that, I think that's everything. I want to wrap this video up because I think it's been a long fucking time. I'm sorry for not making many videos. I actually have had a few problems recently. My hard drive kind of shat itself, and I was trying to kind of recover everything, so I've kind of lost all my music files, which kind of sucks. That's really the only thing I've lost. But we did have a few days where my computer was just completely off its fucking rocker, and it couldn't really, you know, do anything. Hopefully it's fixed now. It's not completely fixed, but you know, I'm kind of treading on thin ice right now, so let's hope that all these files that I've just recorded don't go corrupt as soon as I finish with it. I was having some RAM problems. I still am having some RAM problems. Like, I'm using up 5 gigs of RAM when I just have, you know, Minecraft and Vegas open. I've done virus scans, I've done everything like that, so I'm having problems with that at the moment. Got to sort that shit out. But you know, when I was recording yesterday with Fraps, Minecraft would actually freeze and my computer would just shit itself, and it would be like, no, and it freezes for like 10 minutes, and then I come back and it's alright. And I don't know, it's just a bunch of shit that's going on, you know, it's just, life's full of hiccups. But look at this map, look at the progress since last time, guys. Compare it to episode 11, I fucking dare ya, and you'll see just how much work has been done. And thank you very much to Alex for helping me with this. He's gone out of his way to just, like, I didn't ask for much help, you know. We did this city a while ago, and because we built the same, we kind of have the same ideas. It's very easy for us to synergize with our builds, and he just comes in and, you know, while I'm offline, while I'm sleeping, he'll just get shit done, and he'll get this, you know, parkour map completed much faster than I will. So it's definitely a collaborative effort. Maybe next episode I'll even have a commentary with him. That's what we're talking about recently, you know, kind of ease him into the setting a little bit, rather than just like, hey guys, suddenly Bajuga's here and like he's taken over the map, see you guys. You know, it's still a collaborative effort, you know. It's about 50-50 right now. I'd definitely say it's more 60-40 on his side, because he does do a lot of the kind of detailing work, whereas I kind of do the basic shape or come up with the ideas for areas, and then he'll be like, yes, that's genius, and then he'll make it work. That's why we seem to build so well. I still have to kind of fix this part up. I don't know what I'm going to do here, and there's still a few empty spaces in the map that need filling up, so don't take this as the final product of the overworld yet, but things are getting done, and it is looking awesome. It's definitely getting there, and I hope, basically the main goal of this map is to make the player have fun. You know, have fun, explore, look around, don't get frustrated. If you can't make a jump, fuck the jump, go do something else. Or, you know, just use an ender pearl. Either one. But thank you very much for watching. This has been episode 12 of the Parkour Map Project. My voice is completely gone by this point. It's 2:20 AM. I need to get some sleep. I'll probably edit this and render it tonight. Maybe, probably, maybe tomorrow, not sure. But nonetheless, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video shortly, hopefully. Yeah. Let's cheers to that. I'll see you guys next time.